if you're in the process of considering bariatric surgery, start doing these things now. They're going to be so critical post-op. What is up, Sara Squad? Welcome back to my channel, Lose Weight Sara, where I'm on a mission to lose 100 pounds my way. I wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction. I have been trying to lose 100 pounds since April of 2020. Just recently, I decided to opt in for a weight loss surgery. I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy on August 19th, and as of today, I'm exactly 1 month post-op. To date, I've actually lost just a little over 50 pounds. That was a combination of the efforts I made before weight loss surgery and then after as well. So if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you are in the process of either considering weight loss surgery or maybe you have scheduled your surgery. If that's you, I would love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment below and let me know when's your date, or if you had surgery already, when did you have it? I think early stages of weight loss surgery, it's a really big decision, and it's important to know that there are a lot of really great habits that you could start adopting before you even have your surgery. But if you already have and you're kind of uncertain about what the next couple of weeks look like, then this video will be a really great guide to some tips to helping you get started. Honestly, just knowing what I know, having attempted to lose weight so many times in the past, is that these tips are not just for weight loss surgery patients. I think they're really great for literally anyone who's trying to lose weight in a healthy and sustainable way. So with that being said, let's get into my 5 healthy habits to adopt before weight loss surgery. So my number 1 tip is drinking 64 ounces of water every single day. It's really important to get your water drinking habits kickstarted because it's basically a requirement after you have weight loss surgery, because it's going to promote healing, it's going to help your gut, it's going to help you with going number 2, it's going to help in just so many ways. And believe it or not, the number 1 reason that people end up back in the hospital after weight loss surgery is because of dehydration, and you don't want to do that. It would not be a good time. So very important ahead of time to really kickstart your water drinking habits. So 2 things that I really recommend to help you with your water drinking habits are, number 1, get yourself a water tracking water bottle. So as you can see, I have hawked these things many times before because I just truly believe that they are so helpful. But this has kind of markers for you to let you know when you're halfway. This is a 32-ounce bottle, so for me, I have to drink 2 of these a day. They really help me stay on track. As you can see, I'm due for a refill for today. It's about that time. The other thing I really want to show you guys are some of the options that are out there for water flavor enhancement. This is a great way to get in extra electrolytes, which you're gonna need after surgery because your energy is gonna be low because you're probably on a liquid diet anyway. So electrolytes are gonna be really important to helping you stay hydrated. But there are literally tons of options out there. You've got your liquid IV drops. I prefer this brand. These are called Drip Drops. I got these in Walmart, but they're available pretty much anywhere, I think. These are a little bit more on the expensive side, but they taste really great. The other option you have are things like these Propel water enhancers. I love this flavor. This is really good. This is probably my 2nd favorite. And the other option I have is even Walmart has a collagen water flavor enhancer. This has actually per packet 2 grams of protein, and that collagen is going to help you in the healing process. And honestly, I think my skin started looking a lot better since I started using those in my water. So since I have to drink so much, I like it to have a little flavor. After surgery, you really can't have anything with carbonation in it. So it's important to have something, if you're like me and you like to have a flavored drink, you'll need to know that. And you can't drink 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after you eat. So keep that in mind too. But water is going to be super, super important. So if you're not a good water drinker today, get in the habit. It will help you so much when you are post-op. And FYI, I will put links in the description box below to the water bottles that I have. I have quite the collection of them, and also to my favorite water enhancements. Tip number 2 is focus on protein. You are going to hear this throughout your weight loss surgery process over and over and over and over. I always focused on protein first. That was my number one thing. Just do like a Google search or a YouTube search on anabolic recipes. These are great recipes to help you kind of up your protein before your weight loss surgery. But after surgery, it's going to be critical. Now, my surgeon recommends 60 grams minimum of protein. This is very, very hard to do when you can only eat a tiny bit of food. So before surgery, start getting in that habit. You want to focus on at least 4 ounces of lean protein, especially at dinner time. So things like chicken, beef, fish, really high in protein. If you're vegan or vegetarian, there's tofu with protein. Also, if you are choosy about your protein supplements, like your whey isolate powder or your, unflavored proteins, start doing your homework on those before surgery so that you're set up with something that you enjoy after. I happen to really prefer the ready-made protein drinks. I switch between 2, Premier Protein and also Muscle Milk. I find those are really good, and they're anywhere from 25 to 35 grams of protein per ready-made shake. And those are going to be lifesavers during your liquid diet stage. So be sure to do your homework and figure out which ones you like before you have surgery. That way you can stock up and have those ready to go. There's also some protein water options out there. The one that I get is Protein 2O. I will link to those Protein 2Os on Amazon. I think it's $24 for a 12 pack, so about $2 a drink, which is pretty average nowadays, but those can be really helpful too if you want. Again, this will help you with your liquid goals, your water goals, and it'll also help you with your protein goals. So just do your homework on what's out there beforehand. That way you're not stuck testing a bunch of nasty protein powders, and believe me, there are some really freaking gross ones out there after you've had surgery. That'll leave you a little bit frustrated. So you don't want to have to deal with that. One other tip that goes along with this is make sure that your protein shake or your protein supplement is also low in sugar so that you're not taking in too many carbohydrates. Tip number 3 is slow down and chew your food really well. This is probably my biggest struggle, and I don't think I realized before surgery how big the bites I was taking, how fast I was eating, and how actually very little I chewed my food. A fun little experiment that you can do to kind of test this for yourself is when you take a regular bite of food, just count how many times you chew it. Just count. After surgery, you should be chewing your food anywhere from 25 to 30 times. And that doesn't really sound like a lot, but do it and see how much chewing that you actually do. My habits were so ingrained that even though I was consciously trying to chew 25 to 30 times, like my mouth was like, okay, swallow, like we're good. You could just swallow your food now. And I had to really practice this. I'm still working on it at a month post-op. It's trickier than it sounds. The reason I say start practicing this now is because when you can start your soft foods after surgery, chewing your food really well is going to be critical to helping you identify when you're full, because it takes more time and it gives your stomach time to signal your brain like, okay, stop, you've had enough, you are full, do not eat more. And I promise you, if you caught my last video, that if you eat too much, it's a really yucky, gross, uncomfortable, pretty damn miserable experience, and you really don't want to do that. Tip number 4 is take your vitamins. After surgery, I ended up wasting a bunch of money on vitamins that didn't sit well with me. A lot of the bariatric vitamins, which there is no reason that you can't take them before you have weight loss surgery, made me feel very much the same way that prenatal vitamins did when I was pregnant with my children. It's just a terribly nauseous feeling. They made me burp a lot. I did not like them at all. So I ended up going through quite a few different vitamins. I think I went through 3 different bottles before I landed on a chewable vitamin. Now I take the Flintstones chewables once a day in the morning, and those have been working for me. Really important with any vitamin regimen is to consult with a medical professional and figure out what is the right regimen for you, especially when it comes to determining whether you need an iron supplement or not. You don't want too little or too much of that. So again, very important. If you are going to start a vitamin regimen before your weight loss surgery, definitely consult either with your surgeon or bariatric team or your primary doctor. And really just be aware that it could take some trial and error to determine what is the best vitamin regimen for you. As a bariatric patient, you're going to be on some sort of supplements pretty much for the rest of your life, because there's no way for you to really eat enough food to get all of the nutrients that you need. So for me personally, what my regimen is I take a multivitamin, my Flintstones chewable, 1 a day. I also take a calcium citrate chewable vitamin twice a day to make sure that my bones and everything stay nice and strong. Again, really encourage you to consult with your bariatric team or your primary doctor if you're going to start a vitamin regimen, and just determine what is right for you. My last, but certainly not least tip is walk every day. Get in the habit of walking, because it is going to help you heal so much. I really attribute a lot of my personal recovery to how well I stuck to my walking habits. This was one that I was really good about already prior to surgery, but I upped my game a little bit right before and during the surgical process. So what I ended up doing is breaking my walks. I used to go for an hour-long walk at least 3 or 4 days a week. Now what I do is I take a 15 to 20 minute walking break about 2 or 3 times a day, just depending on my schedule. This is going to be so important after surgery for a couple of reasons. Number 1 being that you don't want to end up with blood clots and walking after surgery. And I'm telling you, they're going to have you up walking immediately after surgery when you wake up from anesthesia. You need to be moving so that you don't get blood clots. That's a big part of it. Number 2 is it promotes healing. As you are taking in oxygen as you're out on a walk, it's just going to help your body in so many ways. Even if you're not considering weight loss surgery or a bariatric patient at this time, walking every day is just so great. If you do a Google search on the benefits of walking 30 minutes a day, you will be astounded how much it does for you mentally, physically. It's just going to make you feel good. I know it makes me feel really good, and it can shift my energy for the entire day if I miss my walks. The important thing to remember too is with your walking is do what you can with where you're at. Everybody's recovery is going to look a little bit different, but I think if you get in these habits before you have your surgery, you'll find that your body will kind of crave the walk a little bit, but just do what you can. Meet yourself where you're at. If 10 minutes is your tops, then start with 10 minutes and add on a little bit at a time. You don't have to do these like marathon 5-mile walks or anything like that. Just do a little bit of something. Your body will thank you for it, whether you're having surgery or not. Those are my healthy habits before weight loss surgery that you're gonna wanna adopt. I definitely encourage you, if you're in the process of considering bariatric surgery, start doing these things now. They're gonna be so critical post-op. You will thank yourself for it. I wish that I would have been better about some of these before I had weight loss surgery, and now I'm having to really learn those habits because they're a requirement, not necessarily an option or a challenge. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with your bariatric community if you feel so inclined, and leave me a comment below and let me know which of these healthy habits you're really good about now or you know you need to work on. I love hearing and connecting with you, so be sure to hit that little subscribe button down in the corner, click the bell, that way you get notifications when I upload a new video, and you can follow along with my post weight loss surgery journey. I appreciate you so much, and until next time, I will see you real soon.